This is Jamie Drummond recording for Good Food Revolution. I'm here with Icelandic artist Mugison, as he is more often known. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Now,
Really
what
good.
brings you to Toronto?
We're promoting mainly Icelandic food, but a little bit of culture. Got this thing here happening in the window. Icelandic artist called Shoplifter. And myself, I'm playing here on Friday and Saturday night downstairs with my rock and roll band.
Now, you've been traveling around North America along with Chef Thor,
Yeah.
promoting A Taste of Iceland. How's that been going for you?
It's wild. Chef Thor should be in a rock and roll band, you know. He shouldn't be doing food.
Now, you come from Iceland, you were born in Iceland, you've been hanging about in Iceland for a long time. Tell me a little bit about how life has been in Iceland and how... I'd like to know a little bit about the food culture of Iceland and maybe the drink culture of Iceland also.
Right, yeah. Well, of course, we've got a lot of fresh fish, so I guess that's the interesting thing. We've got a really good lobster and a really good cod. Salted cod is great. Just recently we got some good beers, and then of course we got a really good hard liquor.
Really good hard liquor.
Yeah. And the best one is of course home brewed, and it's called Landi, and it'll make you sick, but it's worth it.
Now, you have quite a history of working within the fishing industry. I'm not talking about Icelandic folks in general, I'm talking about yourself. Tell me something about that.
Yeah, so I've worked in a few fish factories, and I've been a sailor as well.
Now, by fish factory, you mean like a on the ocean fish factory?
On the ocean fish factory and also in land. Yeah, I've done all jobs probably possible within the fish industry back home. I've done the salt cod, I've done the factory trawlers, I've done the small fishing boats and the medium-sized boats as well.
Now, at what age were you actually on these fishing boats, Mugison?
Well, the first time I went out was 14 years old.
You're 14 years old.
Yeah, and it's a thrilling experience because the amount of porn you get on sea.
The amount
Of porn.
Porn, is that a type of fish?
Nearly.
Okay. Pornography is a big thing on the fishing vessels?
Yeah. You need to keep the crowd excited.
Moving swiftly onwards, Mugison. What were your first experiences with, what are your first memories of Icelandic food?
Well, I've always, from a young age, I've loved the dish that's called plokkfiskur, which is like a fish stew kind of. It's very traditional back home. You'll probably get it anywhere. But of course, everybody loves their mama's kind of take on that stew. I can eat endless amount on that dish.
Now, what kind of fish is in that?
It's different. You could use cod, and then you could use this fish that I'm not sure how to translate, but it goes by the name of isa, which I guess is hot dog.
Hot dog?
Hot dog.
Okay. and there are other Icelandic dishes that I'm absolutely fascinated with. They're the things I hear about quite often. Such as I'm not saying you quite often, but we often hear of a very famous fermented shark dish.
Yeah.
Is that any good, or is it just for the tourists?
No. We have a thing every year in January, early February, where the village will meet up and have a kind of a ceremonial thing. It's called Þorrablót, and it's an old tradition of cursing something. To make it a brief explanation, but then we meet and we eat all this kind of old Icelandic dishes. So fermented shark, rotten meatballs.
Rotten meatballs?
Or like sheep balls, actually.
Sheep balls?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
And
you have lots of sheep there, don't you?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know how many, but a lot. A few thousand, more than people, I guess. I've got all this weird kind of rotten and pissed on dishes.
You're supposed to make this sound charming for all these people.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
are listening.
it is. It is. It's more like, say you walk into that kind of dinner, and you need to be a certain type to like it. You know, you need to be able to take it on, and because you eat that stuff with a special brand of Icelandic liquor called brennivin.
Yes, I've heard of that. Yeah.
So it's like a double act.
It's like an eau de vie that takes away the taste of the rotten fish, or
No, it's complimentary.
oh, complimentary.
Yeah, yeah. So you take the whatever dish and then swallow it down with the brennivin, and most people would probably not like it, but it's like a manhood test.
A manhood test.
Yeah.
Ah. Now, the Icelandic culinary scene has been it's been quite in the headlines recently. Do you spend much time in the restaurants of Reykjavik?
I like, yeah, because I live in the countryside. I live in the far northwest of Iceland. So when I come to town with my wife, we tend to go out, and you know, it's like you guys would probably, if you go to New York or something. It's like a thing to do, you know. You're there in the big city of Reykjavik, which is not really a big city, but in our land it's the biggest, and so yeah, we use the opportunity.